Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in today's AFK journey video, we're gonna do a revamp to the How Worthy series. So moving forward, How Worthy series will be renamed into Pull or Save. So if you guys see Pull or Save ... like certain units, that means that that's a unit analysis. So for this series, right, or for this revamp itself, I will be removing the skills introduction, right, because the skills introduction part pretty much were done in all like the earlier videos for the units, right, in the first impressions, in my other unit showcase, as well as multiple coverage by many other content creators out there. So there's no point in me running through the skills once again for a final review. Instead of talking about the skills, I'll be talking about some interesting combos, potential combos you can do with the units based on the skills of the unit, as well as what this unit can do in a different situation. So I won't talk about the skills, but I'll still talk about the combo potential for the unit. So I'll start off with Lily May for this one, and then right, I will introduce like the PvE side, whether or not this unit is okay for the PvE. If the unit is good, there will be some showcase in terms of the runs where I will showcase to you live that this team actually works with this unit specifically, right? For the PvP side, same thing. I'll run through certain replays or just footages that were sent to me by other players who actually own the unit, right? So for me, I'm able to showcase to you guys how she performs in arena. And lastly, we will talk about like the other game modes that she is actually decently good at, and then right, do a final review as usual. So we will be removing the skills introduction part, as well as the parts where I think it's not so important or it's already being repeated in my earlier videos for the units earlier reviews itself. Okay, so without further ado, let us start with today's Pull or Save Lily May edition. Let's go. Okay, so first let's start with the mechanics as well as who she counters. So Lily May is an amazing damage dealer for a few reasons. Number one, she has an inbuilt damage stacking of the third skill, which builds up damage over time. And on top of that, she's able to deal true damage based on the enemy's max HP, which makes her an amazing bosser because most of the bosses have like massive HP numbers. So just off this true damage based on target's max HP, she's able to do a lot, right? Just off this skill alone, especially in the Dream Realm side. That's where she's able to hit her 20+ billion, able to hit her 30+ billion within the Dream Realm damage rankings right now. So that's one mechanic. Another mechanic which allows her to do a lot more is the penetration from the hero focus. So penetration basically bypasses the defense of the enemies, which means that even against bosses where they stack up their defense over time, she's still able to do quite a lot more damage because penetration just bypass like a specific percentage of defense anyway, no matter how high it goes. So therefore, these two skills together makes her an insanely good damage dealer in the Dream Realm category. Not only that, her EX weapon, which further builds on the third skill, giving her additional stacks as well as additional attack boost, allows her to be this damage powerhouse if she's allowed to stay on the battlefield across a long period of time. And to make things better for her, right, she's not only just like a good damage dealer, she also has multiple coverage for her kit. She has good single target in the ultimate, right? So this is a single target skill. Ultimate temper shot goes after one enemy whenever they uses their ultimate, and she also has a really good AoE skill, Rainstone Ballet, which makes her invincible when she's using the skill. So invulnerability, increasing her survivability while dealing damage to multiple enemies at the same time. So that's why she's quite a well-rounded character, both single target as well as AoE wise, with the ability to become stronger across the battle. And most importantly, we talk about the ultimate temper shot. So this skill basically goes after the unit that uses their ultimate. So she has this passive that allows her to go into the defensive state at the start of battle, which basically means that she goes after the units that uses the ultimate at the start of battle. So one of the most commonly used unit is Iron. So this skill, right, allows her to go after units like Iron, units like Bryon, units like Smokey that has the inbuilt ultimate at the start of battle. For example, Smokey right here is the Aroma, right? Also goes after Niru if you have Niru's EX weapon, because Niru's EX weapon allows Niru to cast the ultimate on the nearest ally at the start of battle. So these are the few core units that she counters. There are also certain units where they have their skills as passive within the ultimate itself, right? So in terms of the targeting priority for the ultimate or at the start of battle ultimate itself, it is still, I'll say, like relatively gray area, because I did quite a few testing. Initially I thought it will be at the start of battle having the highest energy priority, so Briar will be the higher priority, but after certain testings as well as comments by other players, it seems like if you have both Brian and Iron in the team, it's kind of RNG based and position based depending on the situation. So in terms of priority, I'm not very confirmed, but right, if you have a unit that uses the ultimate at the start of battle, that will be the highest priority. And then if you have units with passive built into the ultimate where they cast that skill at the start of battle, that will be the second in priority. So that's the thing I can confirm, and that's with regards to the ultimate itself. So with regards to the other units you want to combo with Lily May just goes so well with so many different units because of how powerful she is. You don't actually have to plan around like the other units, right? You can slot in most units and she will still do really well. But if you want to maximize Lily May's ability, you want to use Iron, right, with the fractional bonus, with the AoE control, as well as the debuff ability. And you want to use other control units like Arden, Almus in the kit so that you have additional control, and Arden is able to offer damage for the team. So if you need healing as well as support for the team, obviously the other wilder support including Hewin and Damien makes a good choice. So moving forward, we're going to talk about the PvE team that you can run with Lily May. So not only is she a good PvP target, right, she's also an amazing single target damage dealer as well as an AoE damage dealer, like I mentioned earlier, which makes her an insanely good PvE unit as well. So right here, this is one team which I'm running with her, right? I'm running Iron, right? I'm running Arden, I'm running Almas in the team. So these four basically synergizes with her by giving her control, giving her debuff on the enemy, as well as additional damage to push through the enemy's team. And then for the last unit, you can use Damien, you can use Hewin for like a full Wilders package, but I chose to use Tamasia to give me additional I'll say control as well as anti-mauler ability, because Tamasia is a pretty good damage dealer for a light barrel faction which deals more damage against the maulers. So I'm just gonna auto battle a few rounds and then talk about the PvE side for this unit as I'm showcasing the battle on screen. So for Lily May's case, I think she goes really well into most teams as just a primary damage dealer, so you need not run her specifically for this one. But I do think this team has the best synergy with her because this team has control, has anti-mauler kit, as well as just a bunch of burst damage so that you can actually replace a team, right? Replace the team without Smokey. So this is like a no Smokey team in one way or another, because Lily May is able to do so much damage. Maybe I'll showcase one damage number, right? Lily May is able to do so much damage that you don't actually need Smokey, because Lily May is going to replace Smokey in terms of the damage range. However, there will be certain stages where I think this team will struggle, and that is the anti-magic stage where units have massive magical damage reduction, because Lily May as well as Arden, which are your two main damage dealer, they are magical centric. So if the enemies have huge magical resistances, your DPS or your carries ain't gonna do as much damage, and these are the stages that you will struggle with. So this is the PvE team that I run right now, really solid, and this team is actually also used by me in the PvP side, which I will actually talk about in another video to showcase it, but that's Lily May's PvE prowess. So I'm going to showcase the numbers right here. As you guys can see, right, Lily May and Arden doing massive damage to just cover for the damage differential. So other than this team itself, right, you can also run like your standard pushing team with Smokey. So this team works as well. So this is with Smokey right here. I'm just going to put my Smokey, and then we're gonna put Iron. So this is your standard Smokey team. So we want to have a healer or support for the team. Let's put in a Hewin there. Okay, so this is basically Smokey team, but with Lily May as like a secondary supportive character that you guys can use. So generally, because of her massive damage potential as well as her ability to just cancel certain ultimates under very niche situations, it makes her a really powerful PvE character and just a very good damage dealer for any team right now. So now if you don't have all these units I stated here, as long as you have a tank, you have a support, and you have enough like stats, you will be able to use Lily May in your team to push through the various AFK stages. Okay, so this will be the last battle I showcase. So this is a Smokey team idea, right, with Lily May as a secondary damage support, which I'll showcase the numbers after this. Okay, so done. That's pretty much it for this run showcase. So this is the PvE side, very powerful damage dealer. So if you guys take a look at this, Smokey did 22 billion damage, but Lily May, right, did a lot less. But if you compare her to every other good carries right now, she's actually like the top carry damage dealer in the PvE side of things right now. So very good PvE character, very good primary carry for you to train up. Now let's move on to the next category. Moving towards the PvP side, I'm gonna just showcase what has changed with Lily May's introduction, because for the gameplay side, I do have a few replays which I'll show later, just let you guys see the power of Lily May. But what Lily May did for the meta is actually changing out the team compositions for Iron centric teams, because right now, because Lily May is able to just cancel Iron's ultimate at the start of battle, that renders Iron, I'll say, like way less effective than he should be previously. So to counter that, people are actually putting in Brian into the team, right? This is to prevent people from just sniping Iron at the start of battle with Lily May and then bringing your team down with some random team comps. So for team 2 right here, the guys running Iron and Brian. So these two pairing is to sort of deal with opposing Lily May, and then he also slotted in Lily May in the team to prevent us or the enemies from using Iron against him. So this is the team setup. I'm not going to attack him because I can go for higher ranks, but I'm just going to showcase what has changed. I also have a few replays with Lily May just to show her power right here. So I do have quite an active server. So I have a defense. I'm just going to showcase the defense as you guys can see. Okay, so let's start the battle at one time to see the power. So Iron uses the skill at the start of battle, pulls everyone together, and then Lily May just jumps and do a lot of damage. Okay, there's also the magical defense debuff, which allows Lily May's ballet to hit really hard because she jumps in a fixed AoE to hit multiple times. So each hit, it's boosted by the magical defense reduction from Iron. So the idea of me using Brian is to sort of counter opposing Lily May in case the opponent uses Lily May against my Iron. So that's why my Brian is there, even though my Brian is a lot lower in terms of ranking. So you guys can see he just jumps around, go after whichever enemy uses the ultimate, and then do a lot of damage as a carry. So generally a very powerful, I'll say, like anti like Iron 2 right now, and just a very powerful general DPS as a whole. Other than that, right, I have another replay to show you guys. So this is me losing to a team setup. So this is the Brian replay. Okay, so wait, I do have a replay over here. Yeah, so I did try against Lily May against this team. So this team right here has both Brian as well as Iron. So I'll showcase why Brian is included. Okay, so at the start of battle, Lily May jumps to Brian, cancels Brian ultimate. So this way, the Iron ultimate still went through, and then the Iron almost combo managed to hold my units in place at the start of battle. So it did a lot for him because it bought him that few precious seconds for the other units to build up their stuff. So this is where I think like this Brian and Iron combo will be running around to just counter Lily May or prepare against Lily May in general. Yeah, so as you guys can see, using Rise AoE damage, I managed to get sniped off from there. Okay, so that's it. So that's it for this run. So generally, she's a very meta character, very powerful, used by most top rankers right now, and you have to answer to her by having some mechanics, either Brian Iron, or you have to build a team that's not so reliant on Iron's ultimate at the start of battle. So that's for the PvP side of things. Okay, so let's move on to the last part, which is her usage in every other game mode. So for Dream Realm, you guys probably know it by now. She's basically used in almost every top teams. So Cyclops top team, she's used in Necro Dragon top team. She's also used in Snow Stompers top team, right? She's also used in Alpha Bear's top team right here. So the only two top teams that she's not in is Lone Gaze as well as Necro Dragon, and not Necro Dragon, King Croaker right here. So these are the only two teams that she's not in, but I think even for this bosses, she still hits really hard, as you guys can see her damage right here. So building her up for Dream Realm purposes is definitely worth it, right? Just for the Dream Realm side of things. And right, if you compare her with, like, for example, like other damage dealer in the Battle Drill side of things, she's also quite a decent damage dealer, because I do have some runs where I actually use her for the different boss battles. So let me just search my record over here. So this is my OD team. Okay, so this is OD doing 174 build. Then we have a Merrily team down here. I mean a Lily May team. So this is Lily May over here doing 1000 build damage. So not as much as OD, but like being like really good. I think 1000 build is one of the top end damage leading numbers in the battle drill side of things. So overall, right, talking about her pull or pass, I think Lily May is a must pull character, right? She is going to be the very first, because previously I think a lot of the other units, right, they ain't actually that fantastic at the start. Their units like Florabelle and Elsa, they ain't exactly that good at the start because they are very niche. They require a specific combo piece to make them look OP, look good. But for Lily May, she's a must pull because she goes well into almost every team, right? She's just that powerful on her own. She's useful for your PvE side as well as the PvP side of things, that you definitely need to go for her, because in Dream Realm she is one of the top damage dealer. In fact, one that delivers the most damage across the different bosses. In the PvP side of things, Iron's gonna be still really relevant in the meta despite having a counter, but that unit is just so good that he will stay for a little bit more until you have so many answers that he get phased out. So just to answer Iron in PvP, Lily May is gonna be a really good like answer for that, right? You can definitely use her. And lastly, her additional value comes in her ability to become a really good damage match to Smokey in the Smokey team. So you can run her with Smokey in your Smokey PvE content push to have a decent time, right, autoing through. Because if you're not a manual person to run the Lumon Iron combo, you can run Lily May together with Iron as well as other wilders together with Smokey to just auto the stages for the PvE side of things. So generally, right, Lily May is a must pull. Definitely go for her if you have the resources, because she's that meta, and we don't know whether or not the next unit will be as meta as her. So that's it for this video, the very first pull or save for Lily May. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me know down in the comment section what I can do to make it better, right? I'm trying to sort of cut down on not so important stuff to make this video as relevant as well as easy to understand for you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more. See you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.